Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell with this week's video, this is about you seeing this message, seeing this video, feeling called to like click on the video. And if that's the case for you, then this message is meant to find you. Like, this is something that you really need to hear right now. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna start off here with some oracle cards, and let's see what messages you guys really need to know right now. What do you guys need to be hearing? What was so important that Spirit needed to share with you? Card shuffling ASMR. Oh, come on, I wanted something to pop out for us. Okay, one more shuffle. I love when the card pops out, you know, but that's okay. All right, let's go ahead and cut. Okay, Keepers of the Earth. All right. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So I really feel like this is coming out as a reminder from Spirit that, and from your ancestors, that they're always there for you. They're always there to listen. They're always here, like helping guide you, helping, just like supporting you along your path. And you know, they're always here trying to send you messages, so listen out for those messages. Like, I feel like some of you are probably very psychically in tuned, and I think it's important for you to listen out for those messages that Spirit sends you, whether it be like a gut feeling or this like clear knowing, clear cognizance, whether it be like dreams or visions or whatever. Like, Spirit is constantly sending you guys messages, and this can be like your spirit guides or your actual ancestors or both. Like, they're trying to help guide you on this path that is meant for you. So just like always be open to receiving those messages, and don't doubt them when you do receive them. Really pay attention to how your body responds to certain things being proposed to you, certain like options. Just make sure that you pay attention to those things. And with Keepers of the Earth coming up here too, I feel like this is also like Mother Earth's way of saying to connect with her more. I feel like as human beings, we're very disconnected from the earth, but I feel like maybe you in particular could benefit from going outside more, spending more time in nature, taking your shoes off, allowing your feet to touch the earth, and to just be like present more. And it helps to go to places that are sometimes a little bit more isolated and haven't had as much interference with like city life, if that makes sense. Like, for instance, I live in Colorado. I live in like a suburb of Denver, and when I go outside, a lot of the time everything just looks so dead and sad, and then you go up to the mountains and it's like beautiful. Everything just looks beautiful in comparison. So I think it's just because there's so much more like open space, and there's just so much more earth to appreciate. And so I feel like Spirit is saying that that may be something that's very beneficial for you to do. If you don't have that available to you, obviously just even going outside, going to a park, going somewhere that's like somewhat green and vibrant can be helpful for you. And maybe you even like to, you know, take your dog with you or whatever, if you have a dog and you like to take your dog to like a dog park. It's so nice to get out and just like see how much the animals enjoy being outside, and just like being able to connect with that and enjoy yourself as well. So that's what I feel like is coming through with this card. Let's take a look at another oracle deck here. Okay. A personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. I want to get maybe one more card here. issue reaches. Oops, okay. So we also got the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. Okay. Let me take a drink here real quick and then we'll get into it. Sorry about that. Got a little bit of ice. Okay. The answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini, and a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. All right. So with both full moons coming out, I love that they're both like this blue color too. They may all be like that in this deck, but I swear there's some that are like more purpley. This blue color though, I don't know, this is also speaking back to this card to me. Maybe some of you need to like spend more time next to the water, spend more time like near a large body of water, or even like taking more like warm showers, warm baths, whatever kind of speaks to you. I feel like the water really refreshes you, and the water really, to me anyway, like in my day-to-day life, symbols this like cleansing and washing away of, right? So sometimes I like to come home from work and take a long shower, not like long, but unless I like have to wash my hair that night, because I only wash my hair like every 3 days, 4 days. But anyway, it's still nice to come home and like take a shower and like just cleanse your body and to feel like the weight of the day kind of wash away, especially if you have like a very demanding job, or you have something that's like very high stress. Like I'm a nurse and that can be very high stress sometimes. Because you're like, something that you say or do incorrectly could result in the injury of somebody else, and that's like scary to have that like weight on you all day, you know. But anyway, what I'm getting at is it may be helpful for you to be able to come home and like wash away your day and wash away the feelings that you've had with the day, so that you can enjoy your time at home and keep your home like a very peaceful place for you, because you're like, your body's also recognizing being at home with feeling like less anxious, feeling calmer, and so it really does help make your house like your safe space as well for you. But that's something that's also coming through with this. And then the full moon may be a very important time period for you this year. The full moon in Cancer will happen that already happened in Capricorn season, and then the full moon in Gemini will come up in Sagittarius season, I believe. So this could end up being like a very important time for you this year. Maybe that's when things are really resolving for you also, like maybe things that have been going on for you over the course of the last couple of years are coming to an end, and you're getting to like start fresh with the new year and have new things to experience, as opposed to having a lot of mental energy that is stuck up with whatever this may be. Because again, like this is a general reading, so it's like this may not be something that applies to everybody, but this is what I'm feeling for a lot of you may be the case, is that you've had a lot of mental energy going towards something, and you're really going to be able to get like a clear perspective. And it may just be like during a full moon this year, or maybe if you're a woman, like maybe you ovulate or you have your menstrual cycle with the full moon. And maybe that's like a really important time for you, depending on like where you are in your cycle, to either like release or begin new things, if that makes sense. So because I think that cycle syncing is like really cool and really like interesting, and how much it really does affect us. And that's not even just if you're like a woman, because it can be it's the same thing for men too, right? But they're more affected by like the 24-hour day cycle from when the sun rises to the sun sets, versus us women being more affected by moon cycles. But yeah, let me take a drink here real quick. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought, ADHD. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at your tarot cards here. But like, this is what I like lost my train of thought on. I was like, I know I had something else to say about these cards, but I just kept going off on these tangents. Again, I apologize, ADHD brain. But literally the cards read, a personal issue reaches resolution. The answers you need are coming. So hopefully for you guys by the end of this year, you are getting to a point where, oops, where you've kind of like figured out, ooh, I almost dropped my whole mic there. Oh my God, that was so scary. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyway, as I was saying, hopefully by the end of this year for you guys, you're going to be able to get to this resolution. Like something big is going to come to a resolution in your life. And again, you'll get to be able to get to this point where you start over kind of with the new year. And it's because like there are answers that are going to be coming to you throughout the year, where you're going to be able to help make the best decision possible for yourself. Okay. And then we also have Justice coming out here and the Five of Swords. Okay. But it's nice to have the tarot cards out also because I feel like they bring a little bit more insight too into these oracle cards. And we'll get into that in a second. Let's see. Okay, and then I also have the Knight of Wands and Strength. Okay. Okay, you guys, let me make sure. I haven't even checked to make sure everything's like decently in frame. Wow, worked out like well for me this time. It doesn't always. Okay. So what I was feeling here with Justice and the Five of Swords, I feel like, especially with the Five of Swords coming out, either you guys have been doing like a lot battling yourself internally, or you felt like maybe people aren't understanding like your thoughts, your perspective on things. Maybe you feel like you've been very misunderstood for a long time, or that you can't come to agreement with somebody about anything. And maybe that's had a lot to do with like your thoughts of them, but also you just feel like your thoughts and their thoughts are constantly misperceived by one another, or like your way of thinking and their way of thinking is just like very, very different. But I feel like this could be kind of all encompassing in that way, and it could be that you're dealing with both of these aspects where it's like you internally battling yourself with like light and dark, or like your light aspects and your dark aspects, or this has to do again with you battling somebody else in your life and there's been a lot of like disagreement and hostility. And I feel like with the light and darkness coming out here, it really is talking about how we're all encompassing like, you know, light aspects, dark aspects. None of us like are just light or just darkness. We're like multifaceted creatures. And there's more to us than just lightness and darkness, right? Good and bad. And I think that you're finally coming to terms with pieces of yourself that you saw as like bad things about you, and you're really starting to like shine your light on them, do some more shadow work, and like figure out, you know, why is it that you see these things as a darkness? Are they truly dark aspects, or are they things that people taught you are dark, bad things about yourself? And again, I feel like you're really starting to shine a light on these, do the shadow work that's needed, but also like you're okay with allowing them their minute to shine, you know? You're okay with bringing those things out of the darkness and shining that light on them that needs to be shown, so that you can really see the like interdynamics of who you are, right? If you have never read How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole LePera, I would definitely suggest that book, especially during this journey, because there's a lot that I learned about shadow work and really trying to get to the root of what this darkness is, right? And better understanding it and how like you respond in certain situations, just like really being able to understand yourself and like why certain things trigger you. Okay, and then with the Knight of Wands and Strength coming out here, so I feel like maybe you guys are going to be opening up more emotionally, and you're going to feel like more comfortable in expressing like who you are, being more authentic and vulnerable than you ever have been before. And I feel like this is really going to inspire other people around you, but also yourself, to take action on like certain things that you're passionate about, because you don't care anymore what other people think about you all the time, right? Like you are just able to be your most true, authentic self, and you're able to let yourself shine, and you don't care anymore about what other people think about like what you're passionate about, what you want to go after, because you're here to live your life and lead your life and like explore what has been unexplored and is desirable in your life, right? And it's not up to you to make everybody else comfortable in the pursuit of that. So just really always remember that you shine brighter than the sun, group number or not group. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I wanted to call you guys group at all. That's like me going into like just full channel mode, because the rest of my brain just disappears and I don't even know like what I'm saying anymore. Okay, let me just take a drink of water here real quick and regroup myself. Oh my God. Okay. So as I was saying, you know, I really do see you guys being more comfortable in yourself to the point where you don't care anymore what other people have to say about your goals and dreams and aspirations and your passions. You're going to go after them because you know that you need to. You know that you need to keep that fire inside you alive, and that you could really make a difference in whatever area it is that you're passionate about, or like whatever it is you're wanting to do. And so I think that's beautiful, and I think that Spirit really definitely wants you to continue down this path. And perhaps by you doing this like deeper work also, it's what allows you to be more open and authentic and vulnerable. Maybe you have like a lot of issues with vulnerability, and maybe you're constantly battling yourself internally about like whether you should be sharing something with somebody, or whether, you know, the decisions that you're making are good decisions, whatever it may be, and you have a hard time really expressing that with other people. But it's time for you to let other people in and see that side of you, that vulnerable side of you, because that's what strength is about, is us being able to be open and vulnerable with ourselves and with other people, and to really allow ourselves to be ourselves, and not shy away from that. And then let's just go ahead and look at one last oracle deck here. But one other thing I wanted to say too is like the Strength card actually represents Leo in the tarot, if you're not aware of that. And so think about Leos and think about how Leo is supposed to be this confident, like self-assured leader, how Leo is supposed to shine the brightest. Like, excuse me, Leo is ruled by the sun also in the zodiac, and the sun shines the brightest, right? There's something about Leo people when they're able to be their most authentic self and they don't shy away from the spotlight. And I think that that is like what Spirit's wanting you to do. Don't shy away from the spotlight. Allow yourself to shine, allow yourself to be full focus, and like allow yourself to be the leader, the center, you know, the one that drives the force within the universe, because we're all just rotating around the sun, right? If any Leos are watching, don't let your head get too big, okay? I say that because my husband would be sitting here like, yeah, babe, that's what I tell you all the time about Leos. Anyway, just kidding, Leos. I love you guys. I really do. My sister's a Leo. I actually attract a lot of Leos in my life, and I love Leos. I love fire signs. I think they're fun, and I think that they do some of the best job at reminding us that life isn't worth living if there's not a little drama, if there's not a little passion, if there's not a little spice, right? Okay. And then finally we have on here pleasure and use your hands. Okay, like I think you guys can see how like these things could connect just together. Not gonna say it, don't want to like offend anybody or, you know, get flagged or whatever, but anyway, I think that you could see how these things could correspond with one another. But I think that with use your hands coming out here, that it'll just be like very important for you to take action and like take actionable steps towards something. And especially with like it coming out over here over the Knight of Wands, this is about like making moves towards what it is you're wanting and using our hands to essentially like create something here little by little. It reminds me of like us needing to take little steps every day toward what we want. But with use your hands coming out also, you know, this could just mean that you have a lot of energy building up as well, and you're needing to kind of work that energy out. And perhaps for you as well, this is a way of grounding where you're allowing yourself to be present, using your hands for like cooking or creating or whatever it may be, and really allowing yourself to feel through everything as well. So don't ignore your emotions is something that's been coming up for me as well, especially with us having like one of these was a Cancer full moon. These are like very blue in color, which can also represent our emotions. So allowing yourself to really feel through things, especially if you are going to be doing this like deep shadow work, it's important for you to really allow yourself to feel things. And maybe, you know, talking it out or writing it out isn't always the answer. Myself personally, I've been thinking about doing like somatic therapy, because I think that for me, I like to rationalize and think through my feelings a lot. I'm a Libra moon, and I feel like this is the case with a lot of air moons because we really like to sit there and logically think our way through our emotions, and sometimes emotions just need to be felt to be released, which I do a decent job at. Sometimes I'm like very water heavy, like ruled as well, but I think that another way to like get that out is for us to, you know, feel our way through everything, allow our body to release what needs to be released, and perhaps using your hands could do that for you as well. So then also with pleasure coming out here, I think that in general though, like when we're talking about pleasure, we're talking about us doing things that we enjoy and that inspire us and make us feel good, right? Like stuff that really like makes us feel like we're doing something valuable in the world and in our lives, you know, that kind of deep passion and that deep like drive and fire that keeps us going, that really speaks to us. So you know, I definitely see that. Also, like, just having fun and taking a break from the intensity of life sometimes, allowing yourself to like play a video game or, you know, go hang out with friends for a night or whatever it is that like recharges you, makes you feel good. Like for me, I love talking to my sisters on Mondays. Like it's very recharging for me. We just have a good time, we laugh, we just like mess around, and that's like something I literally make sure I have time for every single Monday. Um so yeah, things that bring you like happiness and joy like that, but also, you know, maybe getting more in touch with yourself and your body and, you know, understanding what feels good to you and what you like and what you enjoy and going after those things, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and leave the reading here, guys. I really enjoyed this. I hope that you did too. I thought this was a really beautiful message from Spirit. And remember, if you saw this video and you felt the need to click on it, then this message was for you. So even if it didn't all resonate for you, that's okay. Take what resonated and leave what didn't, because I'm sure that something here touched you, because we talked about a lot of different things. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me, and we'll be back to regular pick a cards next week. I just really felt called to kind of do this week instead. So anyway, I love you guys so much, and I hope to see you in a future reading. Bye.